Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis, and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel, and I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a few things happening here, of course. Uh, I am absolutely still self-isolating, although I'm working from home. But this is, gosh, I'm cramming a lot of stuff into one video, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to set my glasses down somewhere. Someone actually touched bases with me, someone I consider a very, very dear friend. And I'm going to go ahead and add this before we get started. Someone I hope, I so hope to eventually meet one day and get together and have lunch, go shopping, or, whatever. But anyway, they contacted me, and there's some things happening, and there needs to be a healing spell happening. Although this one, is slightly different. And I can't explain why to you guys. I really can't without saying too much. But just know my heart is so there for this particular family. And we'll just leave it at that. But first, so if you're interested, and actually someone actually asked me about protection as far as what's the thing going around, and I'm reluctant to even say the words, but the thing going around as far as a protection spell, healing spell, something like that. Well, I'm going to say right here and now, this is in no way, shape, or form any replacement for medical. If you need to go to the doctor, if you need to go to the hospital, whatever, you guys, I hope you know that that's what you should do first and foremost. And it kind of reminds me of, I'm going to get way off here, so just forgive me, okay? But it kind of makes me remember some of the research I had done, and for some reason it fascinates me. I don't know why, but the plague absolutely fascinates me. Of course, it was, long time ago, of course, but how some survived and some didn't. And I'm not really quite sure if it was the religious leaders that did this. I'd have to go back, and I honestly, today, I've been concentrating on this particular individual so much that my brain is just, well, you guys know. But how during the times of the plague, that these particular individuals put on these big, long, looks like a bird's beak, and they stuffed it with herbs, and which in effect was a mask. And also, when they were in their offices, at the four corners of their offices, they kept very, very bright torches burning. And I think their logic was to burn off any kind of germs. But what in essence it did was to keep people, anyone and everyone, a safe distance away. So that's what I'm recommending. I'm not recommending you start burning tiki torches in your house now. Please don't misunderstand. But there is some logic behind keeping a distance, keeping a mask, and using your good sense. Wash your hands. And you guys know that not only do I do thorough spiritual cleanses, so at a minimum once a week, as far as not only my body but my house too as well. So that that kind of might give you a little bit of a clue. I'm wiping my door frames, my doorways, anywhere, hands, where if you had a bad day at work or whatever, and you come in and you're touching drawers and doing this and that, you pick up a lot of bad energy, and that's the same way you can pick up a lot of bad germs too. So I think in some respects, a spiritual cleansing, helps. It's just a matter of good housekeeping. And you guys know I already, in a Ziploc bag, And I've already showed you guys on what's in my witchy bag, where I keep a handkerchief and I spray it with Florida water. And I also, in the same Ziploc bag, I keep a couple of envelopes of antibacterial hand wipes. I don't even want a bottle. I don't even want a bottle that I've had in my purse. You know, you would think, okay, well, it's wiping off the germs. Well, yeah, it's wiping off the germs, but what you have to realize too is you've already picked up this bottle. You're sanitizing your hand. You're pitching the same bottle back in your purse. To me, that makes no sense at all. So I buy those individual envelopes of hand sanitizers, and that way it's gone. Everything I've touched is gone and gone. So, but someone asked me also about my blessing oil, and I shared that video with you guys before. And this is just my generic blessing oil. And there's really, and that's one thing you guys, I'm sure all of you know, you can sit here and dump. That sounds so classy, right? But you can sit here and dump all those ingredients into this bottle. That doesn't make them special. What makes them special is that, like some of the oils I've made here and here, you guys will see this again when the letter T comes up in my herb of the week. And all of these oils, like my lavender, I made that, and that's been brewing, excuse the expression, that's been brewing on my altar now for quite a while. But it's the intention that you put into either making these, cooking these, or simply charging these on your altar, that once you put them together and once you put your intention in it, that's what gives it all of its power and its strength. It's actually really you. So there you go. But what I'm going to do is, for this particular candle, I'm going to take a little bit of this. This is myrrh. Myrrh is very, very good for healing. And I have already inscribed their name here. And now, as far as candles are concerned, this is part of what I would consider my 7-day candle service that I offer for clients. But I want to make it crystal clear, this is for someone I consider a very dear friend. But to do something like this is not only for healing, but this can be used for relationships, again, individuals, or circumstances. If you find yourself in circumstances where there's negative energy, pain, depression, or difficulties that you seem to have a problem with moving forward in your life and leaving something behind, a 7-day candle service certainly will work. And a 7-day candle service, as far as relationships, it's if you've had any past turmoil in a relationship, and again, this is for the purpose of moving the relationship forward in a positive direction. A 7-day candle service could entail cleansing the person and protecting the person from further negativity when there has been considerable, bad luck or turmoil or disturbing things that's happened, negative things that's happened. And also, a 7-day candle service can be used for purification when you are trying to make a conscious decision to move forward in your own personal life. Just again, this is in your own personal life, to move forward in a new direction or to make a change of habit. Maybe you're changing your path a little bit. And it can also be used, as far as purification is concerned, at the beginning of a new spiritual direction, or a vow. Maybe there's a vow you're taking. And it can also be used for removal of negative energy that affects you, whether it is negativity that you have actually unknowingly actually placed upon yourself, or whether someone has placed it upon you. So what I do is in this case, and I say a 7-day candle service, and it is a service I offer, but this one is going to be going probably for a good long while. And here's a wee bit of a reading. Not that they asked, but I'm going to give it to them anyway. But that's actually a good thing. You guys know how I read. I already have a bit of a connection with this particular person, and I get a name, and I go to my cabinet, and I think on it a little bit, but I go to my cabinet, and I let my intuition absolutely take over. First, I thought about this one because I've used blue very extensively for healing. And I don't know, something took me away from this one and brought me to this one. And to me, that means that, and I certainly don't have a problem doing this healing candle for longer than 7 days. And that's actually a good thing. And that's as far as I'm going to take it. And I unwrapped it, and I gave it a slight, of course I take it up to my nose, I take it up to my third eye. And to me, the aroma of this candle is what I envision of this person. And that's all I can say about that too, because if I say any more, I'll give away too many things. But when I have it up to my face and to my head, this is in essence this particular person. So I have my myrrh, and you want to hold the candle in the center with the wick towards you, because for this particular person, we want to draw energy into this particular person where they may be lacking a little bit of energy. And by energy, I don't mean I expect them to get up and run a marathon or anything like that. I just simply want them to have the energy to mentally and physically feel better. And you want to rub your oil. And I'm going to try and make sure you guys can't see their names. But I consecrate thee as a tool of magic. Blessed be. And you want to turn it, okay, towards you and upside down where the wick is, right here. I charge thee with power. You want to go in the name of the goddess. So mote it be. Turn it over where I can't see this. We are going to set this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this oil special for them. Now this is a blessing oil, and they did ask me my recipe for my regular generic blessing oil, and basically the recipe for my generic blessing oil is, and again it depends on how much you make and what your needs are. About 4 drops of lavender, and again you guys will see this I think this week. About 4 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of sage oil, which I have here somewhere. Yep. 2 drops of sage, 2 drops of patchouli oil, and 2 drops of basil. And again, this is one of those things that you want to, uh, like I do every morning, I go into meditation, I connect with my deities, and sometimes I go into meditation and I go into ritual and I thank my goddess Hecate, and I thank her for the strength that she has given me, not only on a magical level, but on a personal level as well. So no matter what I ask for, what I do, I always give thanks to her. Always, always, always. Um, but for this, you can use either grapeseed or olive oil, whatever kind of almond oil, whatever kind of carrier oil that you so desire. And I definitely will use a little bit of lavender oil for this particular person, because I think, I really truly feel that they need a wee bit of calm. I'm definitely going to add some myrrh, because myrrh is very, very healing. And if you don't have myrrh oil, essential oil, you can always use the resin. Whatever you have, I'm sure is fine. I'm going to use a little bit of frankincense, because again, it goes along with myrrh. They are a 1-2 punch. And I'm going to use some rosemary. I love using rosemary in spells like this. And some dragon's blood. I use dragon's blood to not only speed it up a little bit, to make it a bit stronger. And I'm going to use some hyssop, just in case there's a little bit of negativity happening. I'm going to use some hyssop. And I'm going to use some my special oil here. And I don't typically do this for healing spells. I don't know why. Again, this is one of those things that's all part of my reading. I'm going to use a little bit of time, although I really feel like they don't particularly need thyme oil. I think maybe, and again, this is one of those things, I think maybe for some reason in my mind, a little bit of more money can't hurt. So if you want to make up a blessing oil and money is a concern, add a little bit of thyme oil and get yourself a 7-day candle and work it like that. But for this in particular is for healing. I'm going to add, although I've added grapeseed oil to this, I'm going to add a little bit of glycerin. And again, glycerin, it's good for your skin, but I'm going to not put this on my skin. But I mean, it's definitely going to go on my hands. But glycerin makes a really good slip on a candle. Just put it in your hands. And definitely, now you and I both know you want to sit here with this in your hands. Bring some energy into your hands. And I know those of you that practice quite a bit, you can feel it. You can start to feel the heat coming in your hands. You can feel the energy coming through your hands. And if you don't, then definitely you need to, when you are in ritual, when you're connecting with your deities, please try to, when you start to work on your candles, before you start to work on them, you need to feel this in your hands to put it through to your candle. And again, this with the glycerin, not only will it stabilize this oil, it gives it a very nice slip into your candle. And I'm putting my hand on their name. In the name of the goddess who breathes life into us all, I consecrate and charge this candle as a magical tool for healing. Now, if you don't have the luxury of a big candle like this that where you can engrave their name, you can, if you have just, something like this, you can also do a petition paper, anoint the petition paper with not only this oil, but your energy. Write their name on it. If you have a photo, that's even better. And just place it under your candle here and do it that way. But for this, I have that mental connection with, like I said, someone that I consider my very, very dear friend. And so what you want to do is you want to sit with the energy coming off of your hands with your candle. And as your candle burns, concentrate upon the person. Concentrate, especially if this is for healing and protection, and especially for pain to go away, and which this is my goal, is to alleviate some pain. Concentrate upon the person, willing this particular him or her to be well again, willing this person for the pain to cease and to bring them some kind of comfort. Magic. Mend and candle burn. Sickness end. Good health return. And like I said, I'm going to work this candle. I'm going to sit with this candle, although it's going to go back on my altar, but I'm going to turn around and work on this candle. And I want this particular person to know I'm doing everything within my power for pain, for healing, to do whatever it is that I can do. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Merry part, and I so hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.